What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another math puzzle. In this one, the question is as follows. Below is a rectangle such that the length is 4 times the width. If 2 inches were added to both the width and length of the rectangle, the area of the new rectangle would be 154 square inches. What are the dimensions of the original rectangle? Go ahead and hit that pause button and see if you can figure it out. When you're ready, hit play and I'll give you the explanation. So first things first, when solving something like this, I'm going to represent these guys with one variable if possible. So since the length is 4 times the width, I'm going to rewrite the length as 4w. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to use the information in the problem to set up an equation. So I know that if I add 2 to the original length, it would be 4w plus 2. If I add 2 to the original width, it would be w plus 2. And then I know if I take these new augmented sides and I multiply them to get the area of this new rectangle, I'm going to get 154 square inches. Guess what? Now I have an equation. Now I can solve. By the way, you could possibly solve this with a little bit of trial and error, but I'm going to show you the algebraic way. Next, we're going to distribute and we get 4w squared plus 8w plus 2w, which would be 10w, plus 4 equals 154. Now with all quadratics, what we're going to do is we're going to set everything equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract both sides by 154. This gives me 4w squared plus 10w minus 150, right? Because 4 minus 154 is 150. Negative equals 0. Finally, I'm going to divide everything by 2 to make it a little easier. And we've got 2w squared plus 5w minus 75 equals 0. Now we're going to do a little bit of factoring. And this is complicated factoring because we got a coefficient in front of the leading term, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So then we have 2w and w, because 2w times w gives me gives me 2w squared. Now the question is what goes here and here. While you might be able to guess these values, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something called the star method. I'm going to place this a value up here and here. I'm going to place a times c, 2 times negative 75, which is negative 150. Last but not least, I'm going to place the b value 5 down here. So the question is, what two numbers multiply to negative 150 and add to positive 5? That is, of course, going to be positive 15 and negative 10. Then I'm going to look at this and this as fractions. Now, if I can simplify them, I will. Well, I can simplify 2 over 10 into 1 over negative 5. Now I've done my factoring, so check this out. I have 2w plus 15 times 1w minus 5. And again, this whole thing is equal to 0, which I dropped off. But the beauty of it is that this is now going to give me my answers because I'm looking for whatever values of w, set this whole thing on the left to 0. Well, what minus 5 is 0? It's 5. And I don't even care about this one because it's going to be 0 here times whatever is going to be 0. What's going to 0 this one out? Well, it's going to be something negative because we're adding to 15. It's going to be negative 7.5. But that doesn't make sense for a value of w to be negative. Length has to be positive. So this is what's called an extraneous solution. This means that our original width was 5, and since the original length was 4 times that, the original length was 20. So we have w equals 5, length equals 20, and done. I hope you enjoyed this math puzzle, and if you did, please click that like button. And if you want to see more math puzzles on the regular, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.